I'd say good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for getting started late. Sit tight. We will be getting started shortly. I just want to come to you just real quickly, give you an update on the Police Citizen Review Board for Blytheville, Arkansas Police Department. So watch the clock. We will be getting started shortly, okay? I'd say welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Tony Hollis Live Talk Show Testify. Sorry for getting started late, busy day. Church, pastor and wife, appreciation. Did a lot of running around today after church. And so, nevertheless, I'm going to try to make this real quick. Basically, what I'm going to be doing today, I'm going to give you an update on the Blytheville Police Citizen Review Board. And after I give that update, of course, I always give my commentary, and afterwards take your questions, either take your statements in regards to the subject matter, and then we'll go ahead and conclude this broadcast. Okay, same old routine. But first of all, I want to go ahead and just play you real quickly Councilman John Mayberry, actually who spearheaded this the call for a citizen review board oversight for the police department. That's exactly what we're talking about when we mention citizen review board. That's what we're talking about, having some type of oversight over the police department. So we're going to go up here right now and try to find that video right now of Councilman John Mayberry. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit about it. I give my commentary, take your questions and your statements, and we'll conclude this broadcast, okay? So let's go ahead and play this video to start this show. All right, let's go up here right now and find it. Okay. If I can find it. Yeah. What is going on here? Give me 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying to get things in order here. Just give me 1 minute. For some reason or another, let's do it now. Here we go.
2020 was
after this commercial here. I don't know why I hate these commercials. After this little 10-second commercial, we'll be ready to get started.
We
Okay,
have 6 convenient locations to provide you and your family with the very best health care. Telehealth is also an option available to our patients. Whether you're a returning patient or a new patient, we look forward to serving you at First Choice Healthcare.
don't know why it's not playing now. It should be playing. What is going on? Don't know why it's not playing. Don't know why it's not playing. Got 1 second left for this video, but for some reason it won't continue to play. Give me 1 minute. We may have to proceed without showing you the video because I can't get it to play. Look like I got some freezing up as well. Let me go up here and try some. Okay, let me try some now. Let's try to give it another go, okay? Let's go up here and play this video right quick. All right. We're gonna start over. See what that do, okay? Okay. And hopefully we can get this thing to play this time.
When's the last time you changed your cabin air filter or the air filter in your car? As you can see, a clogged air filter will make a big difference in how you breathe and also how your vehicle breathes.
Keeping police accountable, a big message coming from one Mississippi County town. Monet Stevens shows us a councilman's push and how locals feel about it.
After seeing so many police incidents across the country, Blytheville Councilman John Mayberry wants to establish the Citizen Review Board, and one woman supports it.
And it's not being policing the police. It's all about, making them more accountable.
Donna Aldrich lives in Blytheville and likes the idea of keeping an eye on police with the new board. Mayberry recently proposed an ordinance to the Blytheville Police and Fire Committee to form the board, hoping to improve the relationship between police and the community.
Our police department will be held accountable to a lot of things and be more transparent.
But this extra monitoring would not come from a city official, providing a different perspective on policies and issues.
We need somebody else looking at stuff, say, hey, we can prevent these certain things.
Aldrich says if she were in the position, she would advocate for her community and help police see their perspective.
And the policemen would have a better approach method.
However, she doesn't want the board micromanaging. Blytheville Police Chief Ross Thompson tells me, while he doesn't oppose the idea,
But I've always been open to any kind of review or anything like that.
he wants open communication and clear expectations.
If we're going to have a citizen review board, let's make it work for the whole community.
All three people agree the review board could increase transparency between police and the community, even helping lower crime in the city.
If we do right, we got nothing to worry about. If we're doing wrong, then we got something to worry about.
Now, the ordinance is still currently in discussion with the Police and Fire Committee, but once that passes there, it will go before the full city council. We'll keep you updated on KIT8.com and the Region 8 News app. For now, reporting in Blytheville, Monet Stevens, Region 8 News.
Okay, that was the interview from Councilman John Mayberry. As I indicated, he is the one that actually is spearheading this effort to have some oversight over our Blytheville Police Department. Of course, you heard them interviewing a citizen, as well as they got comments from Chief Ross Thompson of the Blytheville Police Department. I don't know exactly what he meant by, if we're going to have a citizen review board, let's make it work for everyone. I'm not sure what he mean by that. Of course, I always try to reach out to the police department or somebody from the mayor's office to speak. And of course, they always deny to come on to speak to you all, not to speak to me, but to speak to you all, to just be transparent and share with you exactly how the Blytheville Police Department operate. Do they operate upon the policies and state law, or how do they operate? And so we'll have to wait and get those answers from the chief of police or his boss, which is the mayor for the city of Blytheville, Mr. Mayor Sanders. And so, but we're going to run through this show anyway. I'm going to show you something that a drafted document by the city attorney, who drafted a ordinance, if you will. Basically, it's just stating that the Blytheville Police Department or City of Blytheville is considering establishing a citizen review board. And so he actually drafted a document that actually spell out exactly, what it entails in terms of who select the board, how large will this board be, and the rules as to how they would operate, or what governs them, the rules that govern them to operate, shall I say. But that's basically what I want to show you. Now, let me go up here and find the documents. Let me see if I can find this very first one. This is the one actually that I want to show you all. Let me pull it up right now. I got to do a share screen, so just give me 1 minute. We're going to pull that document up. We're going to go to share screen, click on it. We're going to try this one and see if that's the one. I'm pretty sure it is. And I think it is. Okay. Now, this document that you're looking at right now, this is an ordinance that was drafted by the city attorney. Let me just blow it up where you can see it. Again, you all turn your phone landscape and you can see it a whole lot more, it'd be a little bit more visible for you, okay? So let me go up here right now and try to enlarge this here for you, all right? Now, of course, as I say, this is a drafted ordinance. I'm just going to run through this here. I'm not going to read the whole thing, just give you basic what it says. In ordinance to establish a citizen review board for policy matters in the Blytheville Police Department to declare an emergency and for other purposes. Okay. And you all can just, I'll post this on my page later on, and you can read the full document in detail. But I'm just going to run through it. It just basically say, whereas the mayor and the city council of the city of Blytheville, Arkansas, believe public safety, we're doing this for public safety, is a top priority for the city in order to attract growth, encourage economic development, and maintain a high quality of life for all citizens and residents. And it basically just go through it. I'm going to roll through it right quick. Uh, Pretty much we'll start with section 1 of how this ordinance is going to be structured. It say the ordinance will be known as the Blytheville City Review Board, CRB ordinance, and shall set forth the duties and responsibility of the CRB. Section 2, the purpose of the CRB is to enhance public perception and to build and maintain public trust between the Blytheville Police Department and the public, and to assist the Blytheville Police Department with policy review. To accomplish this goal, the CRB shall meet monthly at a date decided upon the majority of the members of the CRB. B, review all Blytheville Police Department policies and standard operating procedures, SOP, that's what that stands for. C, and make recommendations to the Chief of Police, Mayor, and City Council on policy and SOP changes, amended, and additions. And D, make recommendations to the Chief of Police, Mayor, and City Council on tangible ways to better build public trust between the Blytheville Police Department and the public. E, advise the Chief of Police and City Council on ways to promote community policing and to increase public understanding of public works, including use of force. That's important. F, make recommendations to the Chief of Police, Mayor, and City Council on ways to improve the quality of the police department, internal investigation, and to help discourage misconduct. G, advise the Chief of Police, Mayor, and City Council on ways to improve supervision of non-ranking officers and to ensure that the supervising officers are adequately supervising in. H, deliver a quarterly report, that's a good thing, to the Police and Fire Committee, that's a good thing, not the police chief, but to the Police and Fire Committee on the CRB activities. Section 3, terms and composition of the CRB. The CRB shall consist of 7 members, going to have 7 members, appointed by the mayor, subject to approved by the majority of the members of the City Council who are qualified electors of the city. Now, the way I understand it, that each member of the City Council is going to select a person to sit on this board. I'm hoping, and that's what was told to me. So I'm hoping that language is in this document. Members shall be required to attend the Blytheville City Police Academy either prior to being appointed or during their appointment. In addition, members will be required to participate in a 4-hour ride along with a officer of the Blytheville Police Department during each year of their term. At its first meeting, lots for the initial 7 members of the CRB shall be individually drawn. A, 2 lots shall be for a term of 1 year. B, 3 lots shall be for a term of 2 years. C, 2 lots should be for a term of 3 years. For the initial CRB, the mayor shall designate a person to serve as chair. Any vacancies, section 4, that's just deal with vacancy in case they resign or they die or, for some reason they they remove, whatever the matter be, the mayor will have the responsibility, I guess, making some type of appointment. Well, no, it say the member, I'm thinking it's the mayor. Well, anyway, we'll come back to that. B, in the event of a vacancy, the mayor shall appoint a successor to complete the term of the CRB member. Okay, section 5, we're almost at the end, you all. At the CRB meeting, a quorum of 4 members is required. They're going to have, I thought it was going to be a 6-person board, but I think it's going to be 7-member board. And 4 people will constitute a quorum for them to conduct business, and pass rules or whatever, or to operate. Severability, I don't know, each section of the ordinance should be part is severable, and the ordinance shall have invalid because that's just dealing with a lot of court jurisdiction stuff. repealing clause, again, I'm not going to read that to you. It's talking about all ordinances or parts of the ordinance in conflict. If there's any conflict matters, they'll deal with that. Emergency clause, last paragraph, the ability for citizens of Blythe to believe that their municipal police department meets the high standards for law enforcement and fulfill the public trust is essential to public safety. Further, the assurance that a system is in place for citizens to review all policies of the Blythe Police Department is crucial to fulfilling the goals of public trust, and emergency is therefore declared to exist, and this ordinance shall be in full force and effect from and after the date of its passage, adopted by the city council, blah, 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 blah. So that is the ordinance that they drafted, that this board, Citizen Review Board, abbreviation as CRB, what they will be operating under. Now, of course, the only thing that if I had to add anything to this here, let me show you. The only thing that I would ask that they actually do consider, if there's going to be anything to be added to this here, let me see if I can pull it up right now. Here we go. Now, this is something that we drafted back in 2015 or 2012, actually. You see that revised date, 2012. This is where I served as legal redress chair for the NAACP. And that's where we sent in our recommendations. We wanted this. We were the one that called it for this Citizen Review Board. As a matter of fact, you see the first bullet point, creation of a Citizen Review Board. We wanted an oversight system. We wanted timelessness of investigations. What that means is that I was speaking to a councilman today, and the discussion, I shared with him that there has been times where if you file a complaint today, it may sit somewhere, whether it's on the chief desk, whether it's in some file, it may sit there for months. In some cases, a year or more. Nothing happened. The complainant who files the complaint never hear from the police chief, because at that point in time, he was the one that actually reviewed the complaints and made the decision whether the complaints is substantiated or unsubstantiated. And if they're unsubstantiated, for the most part, he just don't even worry about calling the person or sending them a letter or anything. Whatever he do with the complaint, your guess is good as mine. But anyway, the next bullet point was other locations to pick up the form, such as the library. Right now, you can do it online. Back then, you couldn't. You had to go to the police department. So we thought that perhaps going to some place where they not feel intimidated. That's why you see places such as the library. Okay, the areas that we wanted to focus on at that point in time, as you see, it's 4 of them: use of tasers, use of force, which is something that's going on across this country. Unarmed people being shot and killed. Mostly your black and brown people. Most of these killings, simply it could be something as driving while black, walking while black, eating while black, shopping while black. Black and brown people face some type of bodily harm, if not death, when they have certain encounters with police officers. Creation of a record and a tracking system. That is very important. Hopefully they can amend this this drafted policies that govern this Citizen Review Board. Hopefully they can have something in there to where we need to have a tracking system. We need not have a police officer who commit these heinous crimes and they go on to the next police department and get hired. So we need a universal tracking system. If nothing else, we need one in our county to avoid corrupt police officers from moving from one department to the next department to be hired. The last person that was terminated for the Blythe Police Department, I don't know if he is working yet back in some type of law enforcement. I'm sure he's gonna seek employment first here in Mississippi County. Who knows? He may very well get hired. Osceola Sheriff Department or somewhere nearby, Gosnell, they may hire him. And so we got to watch that, okay? But those all the things right there. Disciplinary actions. Officer who is found guilty of serious misconduct should receive serious disciplinary action. That's what I should have put in there, and not just reprimanded with other minor disciplinary. The scope, these rules are not intended to diminish the executive authority, and nothing herein shall be interpreted to undermine the disciplinary authority of the chief of police. We yield to the chief of police. We didn't want to overstep our boundaries. We wanted to give the chief of police, the authority that he needed to deal with his police officers, okay? And that last bullet point was unbiased review board members. We wanted this board to be fair and impartial, not just in the creation of it, but even in their rulings. We don't want to put someone on there that is going to serve some public interest. Okay. And so that's basically what we had, ladies and gentlemen. And for us, the things that we wanted to see with the Citizen Review Board. Of course, I just want to go over here to my comment section. I don't know if we have anyone over there. Don't look like we got anyone to tune in yet. And I hope I'm live. At least I hope I am. But anyway, if I'm not, fine. You can just watch it in your own. I look like I'm live. I see 2 viewers already. But anyway, so now I'm going to open this thing up to see if you all have any questions on the Citizen Review Board in terms of how it would operate. I think I shared with you who will sit on the board. Thank you, my sister. So Sherry there, how you doing there? Glad you're tuning in. Thanks for giving me the thumbs up that I'm live. But again, we want to there go my sister, Mrs. Cannon. How you doing? Hadn't heard from you in a while. Everything all right? I'll be talking to you shortly. But anyway, again, I'm open. I open the floor for questions or for you to give your comments on what do you think about this Citizen Review Board? You think it's needed? Let's talk about it. Pros and cons of it. What's good about it? What do you think could be somewhat bad about it? If you think that this is not a good idea to have a Citizen Review Board. Now, I want to say this here. All right, Mrs. Cannon, you're fine. All right, she's good. I want to say this here. From my understanding, I did speak with Councilman Mayberry today. He did share with me, exactly what is to occur going forward. I think they wanted to have 3 meetings on the discussion creation of this Citizen Review Board. To my understanding, they already done had, I think, 2 meetings. And they got one more, which I think at the next city council, I want to say either the next city council meeting or the next police and fire meeting. I think it's the next police and fire meeting. That's when I guess they will move for adoption of this Citizen Review Board, in terms of they will have all the information that is needed, the members, how it's to operate, what rules will govern them. This CRB, this board I'm telling you about, Citizen Review Board. Once they get everything, get the package all together, they will present this package to the entire city council members. I think the city council meet, I want to say either the 2nd or 3rd Tuesday. So you might want to, fact check me on that. But it has to be the 2nd or the 3rd Tuesday, I believe. Maybe the 2nd Tuesday, maybe the 3rd Tuesday. But please call the mayor's office and just be sure when is the next police and fire committee meeting. When do they meet? Okay. But But anyway, that is that. You know, in terms of what is going on with uh, the Citizen Review Board, and oh yes, I will say this here, just to give you an indication of how this bill, it's not passed yet now. I mean, right now they're just talking about it, putting everything in place for the creation, but this board have not been adopted. Okay, it will require all city council members to cast a yes vote. Okay, so zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3. Each zone, zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3. Please find out what zone you live in. That will tell you exactly who is your council person. Okay? We right at 30 minutes, y'all, and that's why I want to stop. So y'all better come on with it. But check your you can go down to the Mississippi County courthouse, and or you can go to the municipal clerk office and find out exactly, you know, first of all, what's your ward, and they will tell you exactly who is your council person. Okay, it's 2 people per council. All right, you have 2 people for zone 1, 2 people for zone 2, 2 people for zone 3. That's 6 city council members. You need to call your council person and encourage them that this citizen review board is very much needed. There need to be some accountability across the board for our Blythe Police Department. And you need to share your thoughts as to why you believe that this board should be adopted. Okay? Have them to vote yes. If I had to poll the city council board today, I would say the vote would be somewhat 5-1 in passing. 5-1. The only person that, to my understanding, from speaking with in past times, from the comments that has been made by this certain city council person, this city council person is against the creation of a citizen review board. That council person name is Councilwoman Barbara Brothers. She is against the creation of a citizen review board. To be against the citizen review board, which means you do not want any accountability as it relates to police officers who either are violating policy. In other cases, they're violating state law, and there could be instances where even federal law is being violated when you start speaking about one's constitutional rights. Okay, but that is the only person, to my knowledge, if I had to poll the council today, who was against the citizen review board. And I want to say this here in closing: the 5 city council representatives, these 5 city councilmen and councilwomen, they are not anti-police. That is nothing but a soundbite to scare you, to place fear in you, to think that everyone is against the police department. We're not against the police department. I think there are some out there, even police officers, whether they Blythe or whether they the county, they will tell you, I support them. I support the police department. We don't want them to be treated unfairly. In fact, I advocated that, you know, it was a bad thing for them to do away with the police commissioners, civil service board that they had. That was somewhat their safeguard, protecting them against, any wrongful action taken by their supervisor. And so we support police. We just want police to conduct themselves, which means hold up to the solemn oath that they swore, which is to protect and serve. So again, the 5 city council reps are not anti-police. They just want people to be safe, in the presence of the police officers, as well as have the police officers to work with the community in creating safe communities. So that's my little 2 cents on my commentary. I'm gonna go over here and see if we got any questions or if we got any comments, and we'll close this thing out. Okay. Okay. Good afternoon. Yes. Okay. I'm good. Okay. We look like we got. It's just a question. Have they gotten all their members? And if so, who's on there? Now that's Mrs. Cannon. To my understanding, um, hopefully at this last meeting that they have, which will be the second or third, I want to say it's the second Tuesday uh, coming up, the second Tuesday or the third Tuesday coming up for, I guess it'll be July. Uh, but anyway, that's when they will move to putting all the members that have been considered, putting them on the board. And so I hope I answer your question. I don't have those uh, that answer. In speaking with the councilman today, Councilman Mayberry, as a matter of fact, he's planning a trip. That's why I couldn't bring him on today. He got to go and take care of a little business elsewhere. But from speaking with Councilman Mayberry, the board has not been finalized. Okay, hopefully they'll do that at this upcoming police and fire committee meeting. So please, you all, make plans to attend the next police and fire committee. Okay. Okay. Well, she really need to be replaced. I guess that's what you mean. You're speaking of Councilwoman Brothers. I think it's fair to poll our city council to find out exactly where they stand. Of course, that is my council rep for Ward 2. I have my 2 reps in Ward 2 is Councilman Matt Perrin, and of course, Councilwoman Barbara Brothers. Put it like this, sir, I won't be voting for her. When she come up for re-election, I won't be voting for her. So that's the best advice that I can give individuals who have the same rep that I have. The best thing you can do is cast your vote against them, when she come up for re-election. I know I'll be casting not only casting my no vote, but if she have any opposition, I will work tirelessly to help her opposition defeat her, regardless of who it is. I will work tirelessly to help her opposition defeat her. And that's a promise. Trust me, that's a promise. So it don't look like we have any more comments, you all. Of course, I'm going to close this thing out. We right at, I went over 8 minutes. We're right at 38 minutes now. I just wanted to give you all that update. And I also want to just real quickly, I want to go ahead and acknowledge, we had a group, a new development group. They call themselves, there they go right there. They call themselves We Move, Women Empowered, Making Our Voices Echo. Mrs. For those of you who know, Miss Juanita Jackson, she was the lady, to my understanding, that created this group, organization, or what have you. She has some nice, strong, powerful women that work with her, women that don't carry water for nobody. They think for themselves. They have an agenda. Some things that they see as it relates to the community, some issues that they plan on addressing, whether it's women's rights or whether it's, anything that would impact the lives of people in general. These women have a desire and have a will to make that happen. Okay. Again, we move. That's the name of the organization. If there is any women that cares to be part of this movement, I will ask that you make contact with Miss Juanita Jackson. There's another lady, Mrs. Teresa Barclay, and I think the Secretary of Treasury or Finance. Her name is Ivory Lewis. And so, if you know any of those three ladies, make contact with them and ask them as to what do you have to do to become a member, to join this movement. Okay. So again, I'd like to say congratulations to the We Move movement, group, organization, however we want to describe them. Congratulations on your event over at Williams Park this past weekend. Sorry I wasn't able to attend all day. I had to attend a funeral. I did swing through before the conclusion of it, just to go ahead and, and speak to these young, brave, courageous women and thanking them. Okay. So that's my show, you all. I don't have anything else to bring before you all. Hopefully you'll catch me again next week. Let me see, much success to We Move. Oh yeah, let me put that up there. As Mrs. Sherry Williams, she just want to send love out to the We Move movement. She say much success to We Move. Okay, so again, let's get behind these women. Let's support them in their efforts for them helping us help our community. Okay. Again, yes, We Move. That's the name of their group, abbreviation that is, and that is again. Let me put it up there if I can find it. The banner, what I'm looking for. That again, We Move stand for Women Empowered, Making Our Voices Echo. That's what We Move stand for. So when you start seeing that move across the screen without us typing in all the words, that's what we're talking about. Okay. So if there's no other questions, I'm gonna go back to my comment section. Like I always say, going once, going twice, 3 times, and it's gone. And so I'm going to go ahead and conclude this broadcast. I may do a special broadcast through the week if things work out okay for me in terms of the information becoming available in my possession. And also I'm trying to bring on a guest to speak on that information. And so I don't want to speak about it yet because I tell you now and it might not happen and it just be a disappointment. Okay. So I want to say I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I don't see any more statements or questions. And so again, I want you all to please do catch me again next week, the same time, same place. As always, the topic is to be announced later. And join me now again for the Tony Hollis Talk Show Testify. So good night. May God bless you all. Peace and love.